Okay, so we're going to be making a triangular box. And you can see that we have a base and we have a lid, and they should fit in. And it's very similar to the way we made a regular box and lid, or a rectangular box and lid. So let's start. First thing we're going to do, right, is you're going to grab your sheet. Let's make this the base. Step one is to divide your piece in half, a vertical. So we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Right. Color side down, back facing up. We're going to go right down the middle. Alright, and then we're going to unfold. So we now have a vertical. And what I want you to take notice is that on the instructions, you're going to see right here, it's asking for a small valley fold that is supposed to show you where the exact center is. But you don't go all the way through, you just make it a little bit right in there. So we're going to go ahead and have the paper like this, and what you're going to do is you're going to follow it down, and then just like that. That's it. That's all you want to do. It's just to mark it right there. Okay. Now the next thing, this step, step 2, is the step where this is where it becomes different. When we do the lid, you are going to go above the center line by a quarter. That makes the base triangle larger, which would then be a lid. For the base, we're going to put this right at the center. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead. We're going to do a fold right to that center. Then we are going to do a fold where we're going to line up these two edges. You should be looking at instructions while doing this. Don't just simply rely on the video. We're only going to do one side. Right, we're just going to do one side. Step 4, we are going to now meet this edge with this edge right here, and you gotta be, it's tricky because if you just allow this paper to move forward, we're not going to get it right. So you need to make sure that paper stays right there. We're going to unfold and unfold again. Step 6. We are now going to do this kind of a fold. Okay, so right here, we need to make this fold. But notice that it's saying, to help us, we're going to make sure this point is on this vertical line, this valley fold, and that right here, this little right angle point meets this little angle point. And where is that? So right here, we're going to take this corner, this little tip, and it's going to fold, and it's going to stay anywhere along this line. But what's important is that this corner meets that point right there. These two things must meet. So how does that look? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to keep going, keep going, keep going, and right there, that's where they meet. And so before I flatten this out, I need to make sure that I am lined up right there and that I am lined up right there. These two parts right there. Now I go ahead and I make that valley fold right in here. All right. Step 7. You're going to see that there's a mountain fold here. Well, we're going to convert that mountain fold into a valley fold. And then, once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and fold it back up. And we're going to create on step 8, we're going to create these 2 valley folds, folding, unfolding. And then on step 9, refold within there. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, now normally you would just simply go and fold your paper this way, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see where this is. I recommend that you turn your paper over and to really get it just right so that you can see that fold. See that? Now I know that I have it really nice right in there. So once I've done that, then I turn it over and I do the valley fold that the instructions are asking me. But at least now I know that it's pretty good right in there. Well, let me make sure. Yeah, there we go. Same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and do this kind of a fold first. Make sure I have this really nice and clean. I'm going to fold it over. Alright, so now I have these 2 folds, and what the instructions on step 9 are asking me to do is to refold right in here, another fold. So we're going to go ahead and do that. To fold and unfold. These are going to be the inside walls of the triangle. Okay. Okay, step 10. All right. Now, step 10, right here, step 10. We are going to, let's see, we need to fold this down. Okay, and now we have this little triangle. And doesn't matter which one you do first, but the first thing you want to do is fold along this edge all the way. So we're going to do that. And you want to really get that just right. It needs to be a nice perpendicular fold all the way. And once that is done, you will also need to do, now this fold we went all the way, but this fold that has to be, that has to divide this triangle in half, we're not going to keep folding it all the way. We're going to stop and just only do a valley fold right there. So keeping that in mind, and we're going to line up right along this edge, and we're just going to do this fold right here, just like that. So you see, we don't go all the way here. We just stop it right there. Okay. We're going to do the same on the other side. And then we're going to fold in half right there, but not go all the way. All right. Step 11 asks us to open this up, and here's where we're going to start making the box. Between step 12 and 13 and 14, the box begins, or the triangle, I should say. So it is tricky, but we can do this. And what you have to understand is there's a number 1 and a number 2. So, and you're going to see that this triangle is right in here. So you're going to look at the instructions. So let's go ahead and do this and this. And on step 11, there is a valley fold here, but you're going to take that valley fold and push it out and make it a mountain fold. So I'm going to go ahead and you see what's happening, right? It's starting to go like this, and that is what we want. And you want that triangle to the left, just like the diagram here says. Now once that triangle is to the left, you are going to need to fold these flaps down to create the wall. Now it has to be this flap first, the right side, that has number 1, and then number 2. So when I start number 1, then number 2, and you know, this may be a little tricky, and it's going to take some wrangling of the paper in here and the folds, but just be patient. You may need to do a practice one first, maybe not with the nice origami paper. Just do one with the regular white paper, or if you're already using the white paper, then you're going to need to do maybe a second one. Your first one is always going to be a little rough. Believe it or not, I did 2 of these before doing the video, just so I can be sure I know what I'm doing here. Okay? Alright. So now, number 13. Step 13. We're now going to turn this around, and you can see that this is going to be the base right here. And this will be a little bit on the tricky side here. So I just want to make sure we're good. That's not the instructions here, but first thing we're going to do is, let's see, we're going to go ahead and fold these papers in. I'm going to need to fold this. You're going to see that there's a fold right here and right here. These 2 folds are the critical folds. So you see you have your paper here, and what you're going to do is you're going to, you can barely see it, there is a crease right here. You're going to take that crease and you're going to kind of fold that crease inward, and as you fold that crease inward, you're going to notice that it does this, and then you're going to go ahead and bring your paper up here. And so you want to get to at least this kind of a looking piece right here, like this. Once you've reached this point, then we're going to fold this in. And if you have a small little wooden toothpick or plastic knife or something, it can help to get in there, but there's nothing like a little bit of patience. have our triangle base. So the next thing to do is to do this all over again, except it's going to be a little bit bigger. The base that we established in step 1 or step 2, and that will be the lid.